Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the Kop TV, the voice of football's most famous stand. This is, of course, our podcast that myself and Doyle do every single Monday for your viewing and listening pleasure. It's Hot Kopics, and we're back. How are we, Doyle?
Made up, lad. First game of the season. We're back, lad. The Red Men getting that flutter in my heart again. Watching that kick-off on Saturday, lad, was glorious. I'm great. Wonderful. The only bad part about today, lad, is I had to do my hair in the dark, and I literally mean I had to do my hair in the dark because the lights in the studio aren't working at the moment. Got an electrician in sorting it out now, but my barnet looks mad. So if I look like a smackhead this stream, it's not because of my life habits and the daily habits that I live, it's because I got my hair done in the dark. Yeah. Okay?
Good to have you back. 3-point collectors, yeah. We were top of the league for a little bit, but that's all we can ask for. Arne Slot's first game in the Premier League is a win. It's a clean sheet, and it's an away win. I think that should count as two.
And a 12:30.
And it's a 12:30.
Yes, buddy.
Dispelling all the rumours that Liverpool can't play at 12:30.
Dispelling. That's a great word.
Smash that like button. Let's get the comments up. Really a lot to talk about today. We're going to get through it all. And then subscribe to the channel if you have not already.
It's really nice to have like a full-bodied show today. Like pre-season is great. It is. And we talk about what we can in pre-season. But this is so easy to talk about because there's so much you can just get your teeth into.
We'll jump straight into it. We'll go chronologically. We're going to start off with the game. The first half didn't really create anything, to be honest. There was a Trent shot, maybe 44 minutes that went over. But you have to give credit to Kieran McKenna and Ipswich. They stuck it on us. And we knew that we'd have to suffer.
This is what we
knew
said.
We'd have to suffer. But talk to me about the first half, because I think they probably had 2 or 3 chances before we even had one. We'll talk about the second half. But what did you not like about that first half performance?
It was exactly what we thought it was going to be. A 12:30 kickoff for a newly promoted team that have just come up after the first time in, I don't know how many years, 15, 20 years, something crazy. 22 years, yeah. They had an abundance of energy, lad. They wanted it, and they showed loads of heart. They were compact. They cut out passing channels. They were brilliant. They were. That's exactly what we expected. And to be honest with you, I did expect that for the whole 90 minutes, but there's only a certain amount of time that you can do that for. So first half, I wasn't particularly happy. I don't think anybody was on the Liverpool team or Liverpool fans. And then what we seen from Arne Slot was brilliant. Something wasn't working for him at half time, and he made a decision, and it changed the game entirely. First half was what it was. It was the first game of the season. Everyone's trying to work out the passes. Everyone's trying to work out the touches. That's what it was for me. And then second half, we kicked on, and we had that quality, and we'll talk about it in a minute, to just get over the line. It was honestly, that was brilliant. Yeah. I was really, really pleased with the performance in the second half, lad. The first half, I feel like we can just write it off very quickly for what it was. A dogged team fighting against a newly promoted team that have just come up. That's what you'd expect, lad.
Yeah, 100%. And yeah, we previewed this game this time last week, and we said, we are going to have to suffer a bit. We are going to have to expect the high volumes of energy that they were going to come with. But we suffered. We held that kind of wave, and we didn't really let it overcome us, even though Alisson, I think there was a shot on target from Amari Hutchinson.
Which was great. They could have done better in that situation.
There was a header from Greaves, who I thought,
just over the top of the bar.
I thought he had a good game, the centre-back, number 24. And then half-time came.
Yeah.
And at this point, Arne Slot obviously made a very big call. Now, before we get into the really good points of how great Liverpool were in the second half, I mean, when the players came out and I saw Jarrell Quansah on the bench, I thought, it must be injured.
Yeah.
But how it's to do that in your first game as Liverpool manager in the Premier League, to have the balls to go, right, you're 19, right? You got a massive career ahead of you. You've not won your jewels. Yeah. Up front, I think it was Liam Delap, Rory Delap's son. And if you watch it back, he is right. He didn't win many jewels. Yeah. So he's gone, right, Quansah off, Konate on.
More physical presence.
More physical, more experience, win your jewels. And that's what he did. Even, hearing Arne Slot speak about it in the press conference. And again, what we don't want to do is compare him and the way he speaks to Klopp. But Klopp would have come out smiling and been really a media darling. Arne Slot came out in his presser after, said it straight down the line, no messing around.
Very clinical.
Very clear, clinical, and precise with his changes at halftime. He said, look, weren't winning enough duels, Konate comes on, and look how it changed.
Did massively.
Fantastic. Great man management.
He's good with the young players, right? This is a sign of him working well with young players. He's expecting high demands. He said, lad, I've started you in my first game as as a manager for Liverpool. That means I back you. I think your ability is top draw. Otherwise, I wouldn't start you over Konate, would I? But he has also went back on himself and said, right, it wasn't what I thought it was going to be in the first 45 minutes, lad, so I'm going to have to hook you. And that's all right, lad, because you've got things to learn, haven't you? And he's got to take that. That's what young players have to do. They go, okay, this manager wants something different from me. I'm going to have to deliver it if I want to start for this team. It's not to say that Quansah was terrible, but it definitely made a massive impact when Konate come on. He is a better, more experienced player, and he's definitely more physical than Quansah. And when it comes to winning them duels, the lad's phenomenal at it, lad. You don't get past
you've seen him up against Vinny Jr., Gabriel Jesus. He wins his duels.
He's solid, lad.
He wins his duels. And I don't think there was any question marks raised about Quansah starting. Everyone was happy and loves Quansah. And again, he can't take this in the wrong way. This is a learning curve. This is an obstacle that he'll look back on in 10 years and go, yeah, I did get hooked at half-time Ipswich, but look how it created my character.
To the best
it's
players,
character building, right? Stevie G, it happened to him.
Yeah.
When he was right back, I remember as a 19-year-old, he got put as right back against Tottenham, and David Ginola absolutely tore him a new one.
And you were like, it's not working, buddy.
And they said, you're actually more of a midfielder. And then that's how these things happen.
It happened to Trent plenty of times, lad, when he was coming up. Like, so I just hope that Quansah is the type of lad that his mentality is not sort of checked by this. I hope it gives him a fire to be like, I'm going to show Arne exactly what I can do, lad, and exactly why he should be starting me. I think he will. I don't think he's going to be petulant about it.
Would you say Konate starts the next game?
Yeah, matey.
Let us know at home. And also, we have got new graphics on the screen. So
like
another reason why you should smash that like button. We've put a little edge around the outside. We've highlighted the Kop TV. We've put little hot Kopics in. And if I click my fingers, there should be the socials on screen as well.
Look
at that.
Look at it.
Fantastic.
Brilliant,
right?
bud. Yeah.
It's so annoying that the Kop TV on Twitter is a defunct account.
Yeah.
So I have to go the Kop TV one on Twitter. But yes, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, we are the Kop TV. So get involved. And now we can talk about the good stuff, right? We've spoken about the lack of chances. We didn't really find any rhythm. We were losing our duels in the first half. Bang, second half starts. It changed significantly.
It's like we flicked the switch, we're going to turn the screw, whatever analogy you want to say. We did it, lad. It was mad. It was almost like, because we had more battles won at the back, it was players like Trent could pick up the ball a little bit more. It was players like Dom that could pick up the ball. Ryan could pick up the ball a little bit more. And it was just effective, lad. And it was almost like Arne had said to them, you're good at passing. You're brilliant players. Why are you not doing one-touch passing, lad? Because have you seen the passages of play after that? It was mad. Our first goal, we'll talk about in chronological order and all that, but our first goal was crafted. It was beautiful. And we see stuff like that with Klopp, we do, but it was in a different type of way. It really was. It was built from the back. It wasn't a long ball over to
so
Salah.
Controlled.
It was so
controlled.
It was brilliant. And then you've seen the best of Trent and the best of Salah. And what I've seen one of the players saying, I think it might have been Jota, Arne Slot is a little bit different to Klopp in the sense that he wants Mo Salah, Jota, Nunes, Diaz, whoever's on them front positions to be one-on-ones. He wants it always to be one-on-ones, and what that means is he needs people like Dom and Trent who can deliver a final pass to do so, and that's what we've seen in that game. We had 2 final passes. One was from Virgil over the top, one was from Trent. Magnificent, and Dom in the second goal as well. Seeing he gets a little ball from the inside from Salah, and then he runs in and he just dinks it into the middle of the box. It was beautiful, lad. Some of the passages of play, it felt different. It did. It looked gorgeous, lad.
Yeah, less than 5 minutes into the second half, you could see what the plan was and how he adapted things at half time, and it massively helped us. Yeah, I mean, what was it? 60 minutes, I think we scored the first. 65 minutes is the second. Could have maybe scored a couple. I mean, Jota's header just before, what a cross from Trent. But you have to be scoring that. That's so unlike Jota to miss that.
I agree.
4 or 5 yards out. It's almost like he's put too much.
It was almost perfect. It was too perfect almost. He connected with it so perfectly. If it goes on target, no keeper saving it.
With them ones, you don't even need to do that. You just
put power on it. Yeah, that's it, lad.
You just
bash.
You just twist your body and guide it into the bottom corner.
He used to do this thing where he'd go. You do that with your hands, lad.
It is a little. Yeah. But it's not like.
No.
We don't need a
swizzle. Knock me mic off. Sorry about that, buddy.
But it was I can't lie. When we missed that, I thought, oh, is this one of them days? But all of a sudden, the first goal, I think it starts with Van Dijk. He gives it to Konate, back to Alisson. Alisson finds Trent inside to Ryan, who was fantastic in the double pivot in the six, and we'll talk about him. Ryan gives it back to Trent, where there's a little kind of exchange there, and then Salah's made the run. And I think at this point right now, Ipswich have gone, oh yeah, this is the Premier League. Yeah, this is going to be quite tough. We just went, bang, you've had your fun, you didn't score, now the big boys are in town, we're going to show you how. We just turned it on.
It was like...
And that pass from Trent, oh my, it was so good that Salah didn't even need to take a touch, right? Each blade of grass at that pass, it was the perfect weight.
Don't leave.
And it was unbelievable from Trent, and that just proves how important he is to us.
That final ball is something that, is hard to get across any league. It doesn't matter. That's why players like Kevin De Bruyne and Modric and Kroos, they're all revered as wonderful footballers, because they always find the final pass. They always unlock the goals for the strikers, and that's what Trent does. That is exactly what you just said. Every blade of grass was accounted for Mo Salah to take every step that he needed to pass it with his foot one time, lad. It was insane. I know what was boss about it. It was almost like a FIFA goal, lad. It was. When you seen Ryan give it to Mo Salah, as soon as Mo Salah runs to meet that ball, he knows he's spinning off immediately and running, getting in behind, lad. And then Trent knows exactly what's happening too. And we've seen it in pre-season with Dom, quite a similar type of thing, where Trent played Dom through to just pass it on to Diaz, and it was a run from behind. I really enjoy it, lad. It's exciting. It's almost what I said last season, last stream. It's like a little bit of a pass, 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 and then all of a sudden,
bang, bang, bang,
we're in.
Goal.
And it's all one-touch stuff that you're like, wow, where did that even come from, lad? And it wasn't just the goals that we scored. We've seen the one with Diaz. Trent ran from deep, lad. He linked up with Dom, who done a lovely little pivot turn and then laid it off to him. Ran in, put it to the wing, comes back to him, lad, gives it to Diaz. Them type of passes as a play, I don't think I've seen that with the latter stages of Klopp's team. Yes, definitely when we were super successful, but not maybe the last 2 years. Yeah, not like that. No, it was orchestrated. It was intentional. Every pass was, we know what we're doing here. Like, we've practiced it already. It was mad.
And do you know what? Like, the identity, the stylistic approach from Arne Slot was evident in that first goal that we scored. I look around at new managers, right? I mean, with all due respect, United still don't know what their ID is. They don't know their way of playing football. And it wasn't really until I watched Match of the Day in the night, and I saw, because obviously I watched the game live in Box Park. We had a great time in Box Park, by the way. But it wasn't until I watched it back and I've gone, oh my God, what a goal that was. Yeah, almost everyone touched the ball. Yeah. And that pass, a beautifully weighted pass from Salah across the face to Jota, all onside. There was never one doubt of it being offside. All one touches. Jota gives it the old...
Jota's finishing, lad, honestly, lad.
Apart from the header, yes.
Yeah, but also that left-footed fit, bro, that was his weak foot into the...
It's a tough...
It's not easy.
Because he's had to wait for it to come...
It goes across your body, lad.
It's across his body. He could have easily just hit that early on the right foot, passed it round, but he's almost tricked the keeper into leaning that side and then taking it on his left.
Oh, mate.
It was a great finish.
It's a great... Really, you know what this was, right? It was a wonderful predictor of our season. It was something to show us, like, this is what we can do if we play our best in the season. And I don't think any team can stop that type of passage of play. If the one touches, lad, it's impossible. Yeah. It is nearly impossible to stop.
Kill them with passes. You cannot. If it's all the passes are correct and all the movement is good, there's not a lot you can do.
It just happens, lad. It's
not a lot you can do to stop it. You know,
wonderful, lad. And it's what you just said. Identity, ID is there.
ID.
We are seeing it already, lad.
Oh, that. Let's talk about the second goal, and then we'll dive into what we thought about the individual performances, Gravenberch, etc. Yeah. Mo Salah gets the second one. Again, a really clean build-up. We earn our luck by getting a little bit of luck in the box, how it's led to getting to Salah. But he scores, and now I think with Salah, I mean, I don't know how many times I've tweeted, what a player, look at these numbers, what a record, what a record. He's now got 300 goal contributions in 350 games. He's done it 49 minutes faster than Thierry Henry did it for Arsenal.
That's mad.
300 goal involvements, 350 games. I'm tired of saying it, but we are now, if we didn't know it before, we did.
Yeah.
And this is the 8th season that he scored.
Ninth.
Well, he's got 9 goals
No, it's his 9th season in a row. He's beat.
He's been here for 8 seasons, but he's got 9 goals in those 8 starting games. So now he has the record. That's another record that he's broken, right? We are now looking at and witnessing one of the Premier League greats. I think if we didn't know it already, everyone else now looks around and goes, how can you deny 212 goals in 350 games?
He's the best winger that's ever played in the Premier League.
88 assists.
He's the best winger that's ever played in the Premier League.
A country mile.
And that's not to say that Cristiano Ronaldo and Hazard, these players, aren't phenomenal. And Cristiano Ronaldo went on to have the best career you've ever seen a footballer have. That's not what we're comparing these two. I'm saying that in his time in the Premier League, Mo Salah has contributed the most. He is insane. Like, genuinely, the numbers and consistency just can't be ignored because he does it every single year. It has to go down as the greatest right winger in the Prem. He has to. And if not, the greatest African player, I still think he's better than Drogba. I genuinely don't understand why he doesn't get the props that he deserves. I can't figure it out, lad. Because Hazard, phenomenal player, but didn't put up the numbers that Salah did at all. Them numbers after, it's a skill, lad. What he's doing is incredible.
It is.
You have players that look brilliant on the ball but don't do nothing. Yeah. He does both. He's insane, lad.
Well, look at this, right? No player has more Premier League goal involvements than Mo Salah since he joined Liverpool. Since 2017-18, he has 225 goals and assists. The nearest to him, any guesses? I'll give you a clue. He's not even in the
Liverpool?
Prem anymore. No, out of everyone in the Prem since 2017-18. And it's not even close as well, by the way.
Rooney? No, Rooney. What am I talking about? Sorry. 2017. I don't know if I said 2007.
From then till now, who's second place?
I couldn't tell you, lad.
Harry Kane.
Of course.
169. Son Heung-min, third. Kevin De Bruyne, fourth. Raheem Sterling, fifth. But there's about a 50 gap difference between Salah and Kane, and no one else is even near it. So
I would like to know in the comments, why do you think Salah doesn't get the props that he deserves? I think obviously one of them, he plays for Liverpool, so Liverpool fans don't want to give anything to Liverpool, and I get that. 2, he's African, right? And African players never get the props that they deserve ever.
Facts.
He's a minority, without a doubt. That goes into it as well when it comes into the media. But they're the only 3 reasons I can think of, because footballing-wise, mate, like, he's such an incredible footballer, and they're not a valid reasons not to make him the best Premier League winger that's ever been. Like, they're not valid reasons, so I don't understand why he's not. I honestly, Rival fans, I think Robbie and all that now would agree with us.
Yeah,
he is. He's the greatest winger in Premier League history.
If you're writing up a best Premier League 11 of all time, he's
you have Thierry Henry, and you have Salah.
Henry. You might have Rooney,
Gerrard,
Scholes, De Bruyne, Alisson, maybe Walker, Virgil, maybe Robert.
It's always going to be United fans saying that Ronaldo was better, and it's always going to be Chelsea fans saying that Hazard was better, and that's the argument there.
I hear that. I do hear that couple years that Ronaldo had. I'm talking between 06 and 08, or let's go 07 to 09. He left in 09. Those 2 years, incredible. But now we're looking at 8 seasons in a row, bro. You can't deny it anymore. The numbers are too big for you to look past him now.
Yeah.
Right? He's clear of every player in that position. So he must, and he has to be respected more. But at the same time, all these people that every year say, nah, his legs are gone, he's not the same. A bad season for Mo Salah, he gets 30 goals in all comps. Yeah. A bad season.
And he's never unfit bloke. He doesn't drink. He's a proper religious guy.
He was in the gym Saturday night after the game.
You seen Robbo come out and say every season he comes back and he's fitter, even though he's older. It's mad. Like, the guy deserves
more
his props.
Aerodynamic as well.
Now with his skinhead, lad, yeah.
Big up to Mo Salah, man.
We love him, lad.
There's not many more words that we can find to describe how important he is for Liverpool.
A £30 million player that scored 300 or got 3. Yeah, a £30 million player with 300 goal contributions in 350 games over the span of 8 years. That is incredible numbers, no matter who it is. Mo Salah is the greatest right winger to ever play in the Premier League. Done. That's facts. It. Sorry, he is
absolutely big facts, brother. And yeah, his goal, he did the old.
Yeah, he kept doing it. Bash.
But again, a goal and an assist, first day of the season. There's certain things in life that are guaranteed.
Mo Salah is one of them.
Taxes. And Mo Salah assisting or scoring on the first day of the season. So, unbelievable.
Top of that list
Shout
now.
out to our guy Mohamed Salah. We absolutely love you. Get some love in the comments for him. Before we touch on Liverpool again, I have to shout out Ali Al Hamadi. Right, was born in Maisan in Iraq, moved to Toxteth at the age of 1. Right, and on Saturday, but the 22-year-old became on for Ipswich against Liverpool to become the first Iraq international to play in the English Premier League. And there's a picture of him with Mo Salah, and there's him as a kid.
So did he grow up in Liverpool as well?
Yes, grew up in Toxteth from the age of 1.
Well done, lad.
We love to see it.
Well done,
Big
brother.
up to him. He's been at Wickham,
Oh, lad, I've heard about this kid. I know this kid.
Wimbledon, Ipswich.
I've seen some coaching videos with this kid, lad. He's had a
Bro,
really
he's a
tough story.
baller.
Well done, brother. Incredible.
Baller.
I love to see Scousers thrive, I really do.
Yes.
Well done, brother.
So shout out to him, and becomes the first Iraqi player to ever play in the Premier League.
Incredible,
so again, making
incredible.
history. And what a place to do it as well.
I hope your family are proud of you, mate.
And against Liverpool. Let's talk about the midfield, because again, first half, it was what it was. It was a little warm-up period to the season. We were finding our feet. And as we said, in the second half, the switch turned on, and we just did what we did. But in that double pivot, you had Maka and Gravenberch. Now, if we were choosing our ideal positions for those two, I'd like Maka further forward, and I'd like Gravenberch further forward. But I think Arne Slot has come in and seen Gravenberch and gone, "You're 6'4", right? The way he can turn in really tight space.
Techie player.
I hate saying it, but great feet for a big lad.
Yeah, he has. Yeah. No, true though, it is.
And the way he can turn on a sixpence, the way he can
He's
drive,
a Dutch player, lad.
he can throw a shoulder in and go the other way. I think we're going to see a whole different Ryan this season as to what we saw last season.
I can see him as
an
an 8.
Maka in the pivot, in a double pivot. Talk to me about how you viewed that and how confident you are that maybe that is the formation going forward, and end the opinion by saying, do we still need to get another midfielder?
Let me get this straight, right? We were going to buy Zubamendi, who is not a solid 6. He is a 6, he is, but he's not the enforcer 6 that we were thinking.
He's almost like a Thiago.
Yeah, he's a player that keeps the ball moving and
Controller.
has brilliant turnovers, right? So what we were always going to do was play that type of style of football, and I think the reason why he's Arne Slot's doing it, and I love it, it's really smart. I think this is what it is. He's looked at our midfielders. We have loads of number 8s, a number 10 here and there, but we don't have a number 6 really, other than Endo. That is the proper number 6. He's an enforcer, he's tackles, he gets stuck in. So what he's done is said, okay, I don't have that, but I do have these 8s here, and they are technical footballers. How can I make all of these midfielders, who are fantastic footballers, work together? I know they're not the best at intercepting or tackling on their own, but maybe if I put Maka next to a Ryan, together they can contribute and make up that gap that they have the weaknesses for. Does that make sense? And they can move the ball forward, and that's exactly what we've seen. It gave options left and right. And I don't know if you've seen the heat map of Maka last season. He tended to drift off to one side, lad, and Maka tended to drift off. Ryan tended to drift off to the other side. So it's actually working really well in tandem together. Yeah, it's balanced, and he's found it without getting the 6 that we needed, which I think is really intelligent. That's what a manager's job is to do. He looks at a problem and goes, I don't have all the puzzle pieces, but I'm going to make this fit together in the way that I can. And that's what I think he's done. He's looked at our quality of midfielders and went, these can play in a 6-8 role together. I think they can do that. And we'll put Dom at the top in a number 10. And it worked. It really did. But what it means is he needs his centre-backs to win them duels. He needs them because they're more reliable. It's more importance on their role when they don't have a number 6 sweeping up in front of them, really. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I honestly love the tactics, lad. Mo Salah looked like he was playing deep at points, then he was right at the top at points. Same with Diaz on the other side. And then we'd go inside to collect the ball from Dom. It was really dynamic, really structured, orchestrated. It was, all of them words. It was brilliant. And the lights are back on. There we go. And that was when we
Just
air
like that.
Oh, bloody hell, buddy. Yeah? What's going on?
But yeah, I mean, I was so impressed with the midfield, especially in that second half. And it's not to say that, Ryan and Maka can't get forward. We know that they often start the moves and then, sometimes finish them. I think Maka got six odd goals last season. So, we're looking forward to seeing a bit more of that. But yeah, listen, there's so many good things to talk about in that second half. We just want to see more of it. The main thing for me, bro, we kept a clean sheet.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it?
When was the last time? I don't know. When was the last time we kept a clean sheet?
Buddy.
It must have been April, May kind of time.
This is why we're excited, isn't it?
Is that?
Kop created so much chaos at the top bits that we scored bags of goals, but we were so vulnerable to conceding. And it just looks like we're down a slot, even through pre-season, that we're just solid. Like, quite solid. And it's because of his formation change. It really is. I think this 5 in midfield is going to work for us really well.
I do. I absolutely love it. So yeah, Liverpool win. Gravenberch cooked as a number 6. Salah gets his goal. Trent gets an incredible pre-assist. And it's just beautiful to have it all back, right? And we've got Brentford on Sunday. I'm going to be at the game.
I trust.
Really looking forward to that.
I feel like what it's done for me is instill a little bit of trust in Arne Slot for me, because he's looking at a toolbox that he's got. Like I said, he hasn't got a natural number 6. He's aware that he's got 5 or 6 wonderful footballers in midfield. How can I make them work? He's unlocked them by putting them in a 6 type of 8 role in a double pivot where they can carry the ball forward if they need to, because they've got another to cover. And I think it works really well. We've seen how the strings were getting pulled from the back, and we got the goals from it, lads. We really did, from Maher and Ryan picking up the ball in the right positions to lay it off to forward players who can lay it off to people who are going to do the final pass, and that's what we had. Honestly, it was wonderful. It felt fantastic. So organised.
Do you know what I loved as well? Van Dijk's pass to Salah.
Gorgeous.
And the touch.
Gorgeous.
The way he kind of opens up, pushes his arm out, and just it's like a drive. The way it's like a golf drive down the fairway.
5 iron.
It's just like, wow, the pinpoint accuracy, the length, the height, and Salah just brings it down like a piece of piss, to be honest. All he has to do is throw his arm around. Virgil's got that ping in his locker and stretches the game instantly. Because if I'm watching the clip right now, he's actually quite pressed, and he finds a space and delivers the pass.
He opens his body up.
What he does,
Virgil, and this is why modern centre-backs are mad, because they are footballers, they're not just enforcers, right? He opens his body up to make it look like he's going to do the wide outside pass to Kanate, nice, easy, straightforward pass, right? And that's why it looks what you just said with the 5 iron, because he's going to open his body up, but he hasn't. Instead, he's chipping it on the reverse almost. And Mo Salah, because they've played together for years, knows instantly, my man's going to give me that ball. And I think we need to, again, put respect on Mo Salah's name, because the lad's got a phenomenal first touch. Like, I don't think people actually understand. Like, sometimes when I watch the first touches from these long balls, it's dead. And it's not even just dead. Sometimes he'll move it into a space that you're like, how did you even know
Diaz
that?
Diaz is good at that, isn't he?
Yeah, brilliant.
Diaz is great at bringing
We've got phenomenal footballers. I'm excited, lad. You can see the excitement. It's so brilliant. Excited, it's wonderful.
I can't wait to just see more of it.
Not like we're going to win the league. I'm not saying we're going to win the league, but I am saying this is a style of football. We don't look lost. We look like we're competent.
Could we challenge for the league?
No, don't think so.
You're still not believing that much? Because listen, I don't either. I don't think when it comes down to that April-May period, I think Arsenal and City will be there. But he has inherited a great team.
Yes.
Arne Slot has come into a great team, and you have to credit Jurgen Klopp for leaving it in a state that is almost copy and paste and go.
I think he knew ready. That. I think Klopp knew what he was doing.
And I think Arne Slot has a lot to thank Klopp for, because he left the squad, Arne's picked it up and just gone, carry on.
Yeah.
And that's why I think, the signings that we may make, I mean, for what, there's 11 days left to go out and sign someone. I'm not too sure if there is going to be a signing, but at the same time, players could still leave. What did you make of the rumours that Joe Gomez might be heading out of Liverpool?
Really sad, but I can understand why he's thinking like that, right? Quanta starting above him in the starting lineup, lads. It's one of them. He's won the Champions League with Liverpool. He's won the Premier League. He probably wants to play football for the last time, and he's coming to 27. He's coming into his prime. He wants to play football, lad. So, and we're not giving him that.
Do you know what? If he does leave, he leaves as an absolute Liverpool legend.
100%, lad.
He's the longest-serving player. He joined 9 years ago. I've never once heard of him getting into trouble, causing scandals, being in the papers. Not once.
He's a good lad.
He's a family man. He's very professional, right? He never kicks up a fuss. He always plays wherever anyone asks him to play. Left back, no problem. Centre back, no problem. Right back, no problem.
Centre defensive med,
no problem.
Yeah.
If you asked him to go in goal, he would do it with joy and pride, because he loves the club. I love him. And I understand, right? He's 27 now, 26, 27. He's at that age where he's He's thinking, right, I've got 5-6 years left. Let me play every week. And he deserves that.
He does.
He doesn't deserve to not play.
I agree.
He deserves to play. It would be tough to see him in another Premier League team. I know Newcastle were looking at him. West Ham are maybe looking at him.
He's not going to be appreciated.
He wasn't in the squad, Doyle, on Saturday, which tells you that it's probably the end for him.
I don't think he's going to be as appreciated under Arne Slot as he would be under Jürgen. Jürgen's seen him for 10 years or something, 9 years, and seen where he can put him and utilise him. I think Arne Slot has a philosophy with the youth, and he's going to want to develop Quansah without a shadow of a doubt. And with Kanate and Virgil in front of him, I don't really see him getting a shout. But I do think if he's happy to play second fiddle, there's always a spot for him there, like, because Kanate gets injured all the time. Quansah's not always going to be on his game, and I would like to see him be a utility player for us, but he doesn't deserve that. I agree, he should be starting for the team because he's that good. He is. He's brilliant. And I think last season was a great advertisement for him in the transfer market to say, look how good I was last season. You can put me anywhere, lad. Someone come and buy me. And Newcastle did look at that, didn't they?
However, if you want Joe Gomez,
money.
45 million,
yeah,
please.
Man. Money. He's still young.
It's not cheap.
He's 27. He's still young,
cheap.
lad.
If you think you can come and swoop him away for the last 2 weeks, no.
Not getting our pants pulled down, lad.
Right?
No way.
We sell well, as we know. Bobby Clark's now gone to Salzburg for 10 mil, which, again, academy graduate, we keep all the profit.
10 mil is good, lad.
But it's not going to be cheap. Newcastle, if you want him, I know they had the money, 70 mil there for Gahey. They were trying to get him with
4 bids.
So what? 50. Now it's gone up even. It's gone up 5 mil. Yeah, Matty.
Do you need a centre back?
50 mil, mate.
Because they're struggling centre half wise. They're struggling.
50 mil. If you
and
want him,
Shah's got a red now as well.
Exactly. Yeah. So they might need him more now. Any more bits on Liverpool? Looks like Divock Origi is leaving AC Milan on a free.
Also, I seen just a quick one, right? You know what? Pronouncing Arne Slot's name. John Arne Riise. Remember that wonderful left back?
Did you watch the interview Chelsea Grimes did?
Yeah. And she put it perfect.
Actually, if you ask Johnny Riise how you pronounce his name, English people say Arne.
Yeah.
But he would say Arne. It is Arne.
Yeah.
It is.
But we're not going to say Arne because it's not in the English.
You should really.
Yeah, you probably should. Yeah.
But it probably
I can't see many Scousers going Arne.
Arne.
Yeah, I can't really see many Scousers doing that, lad. Do you know what I mean?
That's
why I've been saying Arne. Yeah,
Arne.
Yeah, that's. I'm trying to say it, pronounce it right because I don't think we can say it if you want. Do you want to say Arne every time we say it? Arne.
That's how you pronounce it.
Yeah.
Smash that like button.
Yeah, buddy.
Right. Let's go from red to blue. Right, Everton Football Club. You know the season's back. When the first day of the season, Liverpool at the top, Everton at the bottom. The fans are leaving by their droves in extra time.
Matey.
So they lost 3-0 at home to Brighton, captained by James Milner.
Mad.
Great to be back in Liverpool, he tweeted.
He's had the most seasons in the Premier League ever,
23.
Hasn't he? We'll love that man, lad. Again, similar to Joe Gomez as me, lad. Just a player that you can't not like, lad. Love
Get on this stat, right? The manager, Hertz,
Fabian
Hertzfeller,
something like that. A young fella, very young.
31.
Yeah. What? He's the same age as me, lad.
And when James Milner made his debut for Leeds in 2002, the manager was 9 years old. So he's older than the manager by a long way, and he was the captain. Clean sheet.
Football's changing, isn't it?
Fantastic.
It really is changing.
Just unbelievable. But there was no Branthwaite in the Everton team, and it's led me on to the rumours that were circulating.
I know.
Right? To a point where I got done last night. I saw a David Ornstein tweet, Liverpool agrees 75 million deal with Everton. I retweeted it and said, what? Realised it was a fake account.
Yeah.
However, Sky Bet did stop taking bets. And at one point yesterday, he was more likely to move to Liverpool than stay at Everton. So my question to you and to you at home, Branthwaite, right? Very good player. Played really well against Liverpool when we lost to them in the derby. I mean, the boy would have some set of bollocks on him to make a move like that.
Proper lad.
Imagine if Gordon came as well. Can you imagine Evertonians? They'd be absolutely dying.
I can't see it happening. I can't, if I'm honest.
Fancy him?
Sick player, lad.
6'5", 6'6".
Sick football player, lad. I'd love him centre back, like.
Left centre back.
But also, it probably mean that Joey Gomez probably would have to chip, lad, for us to be able to front the door for him, and also just rotation in the squad to make sure he gets playing time.
Yeah.
So would I swap him for Joe Gomez? No. There you go, lad. Love Joe Gomez too much. He's a best player though. Brave face, sick, lad. I'd definitely have him. Definitely would.
Yeah, I mean,
but I don't want to swap him for Joey Gomez.
Absolutely on edge yesterday when all these rumours were flying in, bro. They couldn't deal with it.
They missed him yesterday, lad.
They did.
Not yesterday, the day before. They missed him, lad. It was massive. Like, also, can we just comically, the miss from McNeil at the start of the game, lad, 3 minutes in, I actually like McNeil. I think he's a decent little player.
Horrendous.
But bloody lord, lad, he thought about that when he went to bed that night, lad.
Defo.
That was heavy.
They missed a few chances, to be honest. Yeah, Brighton did well.
Did you? I don't understand that game, lad. Brighton were making mistake after mistake
were.
after mistake, and Everton just didn't capitalise on it,
I
lad.
think Danny Welbeck scored in 13 seasons in a row as well, which goes under the radar a little bit.
How old's that fella now?
Everton, did you see Sean Dyche's press conference after? He got interviewed and they said, because it was clear to see, I think there was 10 minutes added time at the end of the game. The stadium was pretty much empty. And they said to him, kind of like, you know, what was that about? At the end, everyone left. He went, if you lose games, this football club, that's what they do. If you lose games, people aren't happy, they boo you and they leave.
Yeah.
And then Evertonians kind of came out and were like, hang on, where's the positivity? You know, they're 50-50 on him now. Online especially, 50-50. Like, some are happy for him to leave, some want him to stay. He does often pull rabbit out of the hat and keep any team up, to be honest. But
you need stability, Everton, and you've got none. Yeah, what you need right now is to get back to 10th. Yeah, get there. And then you can start moaning about getting a new manager to expand and be progressive and all that. Because right now, you can't be progressive when you're finishing 17th, mate, okay? You're going to have to create some stability in the club. That's what Sean Dyche will do for you, okay? Yeah. So don't and ah about it, because he is the man for you. Just let him do his job, yeah? Sorry. That's that. Like,
or sack him and go down.
Exactly. Like, honestly, like
first season in that stadium.
I don't want Everton to go down. I'm a Scotia lad. Yeah, I don't like yous, but I don't want you to go down because I want Liverpool as a city to be represented in the best light possible, lad. And that means stay up. Okay, don't do anything good, but stay up and
don't
keep your manager.
Again.
Yeah,
we don't like that. Don't beat us again.
Yeah.
No, do you know what? I mean, I do think they will stay up in the end.
There you go. Actually, Sean Dyche beat us last season, lad. Yeah. Should be made up with him.
I know, honestly. You don't know how lucky
that is a terrible first game.
At the same time, they could struggle. They could struggle again this season. To lose your first game of the season at home 3-0 is quite wild. And I think it's 3 years in a row that they've lost the first game now. So a lot of Evertonians came away thinking, right, another tough season ahead. We're going to have to scrape it. And others were saying, well, listen, it's the first game. There's time to
They do all right against Brighton usually as well, to be honest with you.
No, they don't. Brighton have won 3 in a row at Goodison.
No, but do you beat them like 5-1 or something?
They did away.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. A couple seasons ago. I know what you mean. But yeah, it was a horrendous start there from Everton at Goodison Park, and yeah, you know,
Pickford was off it to me, lads. To be honest with you,
well off it.
Like honestly, lads, some of the dives he was doing, it was just like he was delayed all the time, lad. He hit the post as well, actually, didn't he?
Yeah, and he was slow to get across there, wasn't he?
We've talked loads about slander and Everton.
Yeah. Hold that. Yeah, obviously that new stadium's they have to stay up.
Yeah, they do.
They have to.
Yeah. Otherwise that new stadium's going to be take 12, 15 years. Like,
can you imagine the scenes, right?
You just need to keep Sean Dyche, mate.
Championship football in that stadium. It's just incredible,
Diabolical.
Man. Diabolical. News today that Valencia have told Mamadashvili's entourage to tell Liverpool it's either 40 mil euros or he's staying. This is what I wanted to get your opinion on. He's a 23-year-old Valencia goalkeeper, very highly rated.
Yeah.
But the only thing that I am questioning in this is that it's almost a sign, a big message to Alisson going, we still love you, you're still the best, but time's ticking. If you make a mistake, next couple of years, this guy's coming in. I still think Alisson is... got 5 years. I don't even want to see another goalkeeper. With all due respect to him, he could come in and be a great number 2 if Kelleher leaves. But I'm quite happy with the situation we've got. If Kelleher's happy to stay, which he probably isn't, but if he does, he does. Great for us, I think. I'd rather Alisson in goal for like the next 5 years, to be honest, bro. This guy's 23.
What's the thinking behind it? Like,
it's the future-proof. Yeah, the Liverpool goalkeeping situation, isn't it?
Right, so where Kelly is, how old is he now? 26, 27?
Yeah, around that.
So he's not coming to the end because goalkeepers play for a long time. But he could also want to go to another club. What I'm actually worried about is what you just said about Liverpool. It could be the way around with Alisson. Alisson could be saying, right, I've done it all now. New managers come in, I'll stay here for a little year. And I'm going to chip. Although, I don't know where he would go. Genuinely, the only place he could go, that's Real Madrid. Somewhere like that. Like, where
or
is he go?
Saudi or somewhere like that.
Saudi, yeah.
You know, Ederson was very
But
close
also,
to
you're the
doing
best goal. Like, you literally, lads, you're one of the best goalkeepers in the world still. Why would you leave? There's still potential to win things with us, without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah.
I think I said it last week. We owe players like Mo Salah, Trent, Virgil, Alisson
Got to
success.
sort this out. And
we owe them success, lad. So the only way that we can get them to sign contracts and see a future with us is by winning things. Genuinely. Because they've done it all now. They've paid their dues, lad. They've earned the stripes for Liverpool. It's up to the club now to repay them by bringing structure to it, bringing extra players in, and creating success around them. It is, because they can be successful in any football club that they go to in the entire world. So we have to deliver it for them now. It's not the other way around, man. In my opinion.
Really
we know what they can do. We know
sorted.
what the brilliance are. They've already done it. You've seen it second half against Ipswich.
Yeah, we have to sort these contracts out.
Please.
Absolutely ASAP.
Have you seen that Trent wants to keep his under
wraps? I mean, it's difficult to do that though, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can ask for that, but the way the world is right now, it's all over. Everyone can see everything. You know.
One thing's for sure, I'll never begrudge any of these players if they leave. None of them. Because, like I just said, pay the dues in the stripes.
Yeah.
They'll always be Liverpool legends. And if you want to go somewhere else, unless it's Man United or Man City,
or Everton,
then
Chelsea,
do
or
whatever
Arsenal.
you want. Or anyone, in the Premier League, actually.
Just don't go to just
go somewhere else.
Go abroad.
Yeah.
Get on this stat, right? The ranking for sprints made in the first game of the season. Leif Davis, 32. Mohamed Salah, 31. But he was the left back that was sprinting after Mo Salah. So that's why he's got more, because he was trying to keep up with Mo Salah the whole time.
I told you, this is what Arne Slot said to them, lad. He wants them getting in behind. He wants Luis Diaz, Jota, Nunes, Salah, all of them running in behind and spinning off the pass. So he's going to lay it off to Trent. He's going to lay it off to Dom. He's going to lay it off to these players that can deliver a final pass. I think Macha's got a great final pass as well, to be quite honest with you. I really 100%. Do. He has great lofted passes over the top. So I can see success in this Liverpool team. I really, really can, lad. And especially with Mo Salah firing on all cylinders first day of the season. He looks like he's ready for it, lad.
Always ready on the first day of the season.
Trent as well. Trent
quick word
like
on all the other teams. City did the business yesterday. Chelsea are just an absolute mess.
Lad, can we talk about Kopics this quick?
Absolute mess.
They have a £200 million midfield in Caicedo and Enzo, and they sold somebody for 25 million, and I literally watched them all game, boss them, and then in the moment, run through the pair of them, literally penetrate both through them, and then slot it 20 yards out, side-footed, glorious. Like,
do you know what
Chelsea,
the ironic
lads?
thing is? Chelsea sold Jorginho, Havertz, and Kovacic.
Oh, we're all successful.
They'd all start for Chelsea right now.
It's mad. It's
And,
madness, lad.
You know, I don't have empathy because I don't like Chelsea. I don't like what they stand
Not at
for.
all.
But at the same time, what I do have a slight smidge of empathy is, you know, the day one fans that go there all the time, they are in front of their own eyes. They're watching their own club be absolutely torn away from them. And I do have a little bit of empathy for those proper Chelsea kind of, not that much to be fair.
I don't, to be honest with you, lad. They were crap before Roman Abramovich came in. They got loads of money. They got a great manager in. They won loads of stuff. That was your time. Enjoyed it. I hope you did, lad, because you're in the mud right now, and I hope you stay there, lad, because that's for everything that was wrong with football started with Chelsea, lad.
Yeah, 100%.
So I don't really feel sorry for them. I also don't like the political standpoint of the club. I don't like the racist behaviour that's gone on with the team. Like,
to make Enzo captain, that is proper Chelsea, isn't it? That is actually
after
going.
Doing
you were racist. Here's the captain's armband.
Madness. But I hear what you're saying. I probably shouldn't say.
But do you know who I do feel sorry for?
What?
Listen, we can say what we want about Chelsea fans, but Trevor Chalobah, Conor Gallagher, these guys have done nothing wrong, bro. They've come through the academy. They've given their whole lives to this club, and they're being forced to train with the under-21s. It's so bad. It's not right. It's not right.
It's lads like Matisse. I love Matisse, lad. He's a good person, lad, and he's a solid football fan, and he's never biased, lad, and he always gives a great opinion. And it's lads like that, that I'm worried. Like, sad that he has to suffer this, right? But also, as your club,
but he's streaming. Like he's getting some cash off the back of it. So big him up, big him up. City won, Arsenal won. Pretty much standard. I don't think Arsenal were great.
This is what I just want to add one point. The reason why I don't think we're going to challenge for the league, and this might sound a bit of a crazy point, Liverpool didn't score a goal in the first half, right? Then both did. They both did. They came out of the gates and was like ready to dominate again, lad. We took some time to figure out where we're going to do it, how we're going to do it, and I think that's a good metaphor for the season. It's going to be a little bit of that. It's going to be like, there's going to be some games that we lose, because we haven't figured out quite how to beat this team. Yeah, I think next season we'll see a lot more synergy and cohesion, but still, there's still a lot of it there. So we can be. I still think top 4 without a doubt. Liverpool are a top 4 team in this league.
Yeah,
definitely.
Newcastle won, Brentford won.
Yeah,
Eze absolutely robbed.
Mate.
Absolutely
what
robbed.
The hell, lad?
The ref is.
I told you this is why Eze is my favourite player in the league, by the way.
The ref apologised to him after and said,
"You can't apologise for that, lads. Don't know. It's too late, lads. You've ruined it." Like, he just scored a goal that he will remember for the rest of his career.
Season.
Yeah, it was incredible. It was so intelligent, lad.
Reminded me of Fabio Aurelio's goal at Chelsea. Remember that free
it's
kick?
like the type of one where Maka scores as well. Maka against Everton, where it just
Yeah.
catches the keeper off guard, and he's executed it so well. It just goes in, lad. It hit the post and went in. It's brilliant, that.
Fantastic.
Favourite player in the league, Eze. I love him.
Won.
Love him.
Just very, very late on.
Of course, United won with their new strikers, actually, but they played terribly. They did not play well, in my opinion.
And I think that's about it. Score prediction for Sunday. I'll be at the game.
Brentford,
doing fan cams outside Anfield. Brentford. 4:30 on a Sunday against Brentford.
You can do that, bro.
I know, but I would have preferred a little Saturday 3 o'clock. Why does it have to be a 4:30 on a Sunday?
I like them, me, lad.
It just means I've got to travel back from Liverpool to London super late to get back here for this next Monday.
Lad. But if you live in Liverpool, like he does as well. Like, but when you're you get your roast in the morning, lad. You meet up for a little fry up, lad. You go out for a little pint and then you get a roast, lad, and then you go to the game, lad, and you watch the game.
What are you doing Sunday? Where are you gonna watch it?
I don't know. To be honest with you. I really want to go to an Arne Slot game. I need to get a ticket for one of these games.
Try come up.
I might.
There's a lift there on back with my mate Josh.
Yeah.
So maybe get up there. Right. It's been a pleasure bringing you the first Hot Kopics of the season. The Premier League season has now started. We play Brentford on Sunday, and then the week after that.
United. What are we doing for that, by the way? I've got that day empty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'd like to do a watch along for it.
I would.
But now we've also started this relationship with Box Park.
Right.
So it's maybe I'm up there and you and Joe are down here kind of thing.
Joe what he's doing.
So we'll work it out.
What about also, what would you think about doing a type of streaming in a pub? So a lot of the time when we go to these pubs, there's so much energy there. We used to see it when we used to go to Jurgen's. I could do something like that myself as well while he's up in Box Park. I could be down here. It just depends what you want, but just let us know.
Yeah, just let us know what you want to see more of, right? Across the season. We'll do it for you. Cool. Listen, what an episode. What a win. What a clean sheet. Loads of great things to talk about. Let us know what you think to all of the hot topics that we've spoken about. Go follow the socials, as you can see on screen. We've zhuzhed it up a little bit for you, including a new end card as well. So look out for that now. But Doyle, big up to you, bro. As always, like, comment and subscribe. And we'll be back here next week. Take care.